best fight I ever saw, honestly, skill-wise, was a guy by the name of Salvador Sanchez.
I'ma call him Zach cause he done ran off. Saquon against the Rams, dog. I do this for my grams, dog. Protecting my fam, dog. Keep 100 grand, dog. It's part of the plan, dog. Japanese language, that's why I do not understand, y'all. If I don't lose no toes, I promise I'ma always stand tall. Do not understand, y'all. If I don't lose no toes, I promise I'ma always stand tall. Vibes.
What's going on, YouTube? It's the Uppercut Pod, and we back with another video today. I got my other host with me, Rel, in the cut today. What's up, Rel?
What's going on, Scoop? How you feeling, man? It's your boy Rel. We're back with another video, man.
Yeah,
Got
I'm
a great
good.
topic for y'all. Hey, I think this might be a little controversial one.
For sure. To be honest with you, though, this episode is going to be for real boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, well, if y'all don't know, today we talk about Mexican boxers. Let's just get that out the way. And a lot of people are not really familiar with a bunch of the Mexican boxers. You know, everyone's usually into the American boxers. So we gonna give you guys our list, our top 5 Mexican boxers, and y'all just let us know what y'all think. I'm gonna start this one off because I feel like
hold up. Before you get into it,
No. We gonna wait for that. They gotta stay tuned to get the surprise. They gotta stay tuned. They gotta stay tuned to get the surprise.
Not even that. Listen, if y'all guys got any video suggestions, anything I want to hear us talk about, whether it's more Mexicans, whether it's Puerto Ricans, whether it's different cities fighters are from, like, let us know who y'all want to see next. We love doing videos like this. We got a lot of stuff coming our way, man. So let's get it, man. Go ahead, Scoop.
Let's get right into it. All right. Also, like I was just saying, stay tuned to the end of the video, and you guys will hear a surprise. So you got to stay tuned to see it. On to the list. I have Salvador Sanchez is one of my number 5s. I put him only on 5 because he didn't have a long time in the ring. He died because of an accident. So just for that reason, but he did have a couple good fights with some of the good people around his division at the time. So, I felt as though like he had the capability to be one of the greatest, you know what I'm saying? So just for that, I just had to put him at my 5. Very young, man, 23 years old. I feel like he had so much room to just become what he was supposed to become. But, life happens and sometimes things don't play out how we think they is. So just for that, I just had to put him at my 5. If you know who Salvador Sanchez is, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but that's my number 5 pick.
Yeah, so man, number 5, I also have Salvador Sanchez, and like he said, very underrated. And I think it's, like you said, mostly because of the accident. By age 23, he was champion for 2 years, and he was boxing professionally for only 7. He started professionally really young, like a Canelo did, to follow up, and some other Mexican fighters. That's really how they kind of start. They do a lot of fights in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of dirty work before they start getting their mega fights. But now Salvador Sanchez, if you watch his highlights, he definitely was one of the more skilled fighters of all time. Sure. You could definitely see that. For the little size, I think he packed a big punch as well. Salvador Sanchez, early 80s guy. If anyone knows about him, y'all know what's up, man. Y'all need to go check him out. For the ones who don't, Salvador Sanchez. I think he easily, like Scoop said, he tragically passed away at 23. He easily could have did a lot more in the sport and be known as, maybe number 1 Mexican fighter. Like, that's how good he really was.
He also was one of like the youngest champions of all time as well. Like I said, he died at 23, so that just alone. And he was pro for a while. He was pro like at 15 or 16.
He was pro for 7 years. Yep.
Yeah. So that alone, it just shows you going pro that young. You gotta have something in you to be going pro that young. Moving on to my number 4. This is where it started getting hard for me, bro. Like, I swear, like, this is where it really started getting hard for me. And again, this is my list. This is not Cock You Box. This is not statistically. This is my list, okay? I went with Saul Canelo Alvarez for my number 4. I believe Canelo has the skills and a bunch of accolades to go down as one of the greatest. But I just feel like he's still present. So I don't kind of want to just throw him in there yet. I want to see what he can do with the remaining time he has. Because if Bud beats him, it might diminish him a little bit. I know it's a big fight and it's a win-win, but at the same time, you kind of get diminished a little bit. You got kind of have this little guy coming up and beating you with 3 weight classes above his limit for all your belts. So that might diminish, him a little bit. So I'm not really sure, but for right now, I gotta go Canelo Alvarez at 4. Yeah, let me know how you feel about that. I see you making faces over there.
It's just real interesting that we have the same list so far. I also have Saul Canelo Alvarez at number 4. And it's hard, man. Like you said, it's a lot of great Mexican fighters, and I think Canelo has already done a lot to be considered a great, a Hall of Famer. I think that Canelo is still fighting at a real solid level. I don't think he's as good and as fast and throws as many punches as he used to. I think he knows that about himself. I think that's why he's not taking some of the bigger challenges. Not saying Terrence isn't a challenge, but more of the previous fights, unknown Jaime Munguia and Edgar Berlanga, and dudes like this, where is some big dogs kind of calling him out. And we know with the money that Canelo generates, we know those will be huge fights. So I find it pretty interesting he doesn't take those fights. All in all, his career still has to be written. Currently, I have him at 4, but let's see what happens over the next few years.
Okay, I like that. I like how we kind of got some of the same
we here.
minds. We have some of the same minds. Okay. So for my number 3, I went with Eric Morales, man. I'm such a fan of Eric Morales. Like, Eric Morales is like literally, to me, he's like one of them guys that's like a Rocky. Like, he goes out there and he just rumbles you, bro. I feel like he's one of the people that should pop up when you type in Mexican style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, what do they say? Eric has some big cojones, as they would say. He's going out there. He's gonna put it all on the line every single time. He's beaten a bunch of the greats. I also believe he beat Manny as well in his prime.
Yep.
Manny won his.
Manny.
Yeah, for sure. So he's hold multiple titles. He's been unified at one time. And that's like, I would put him over Canelo, even though Canelo has undisputed. I just feel like Canelo did fight a bunch of people, but he kind of fought people on their way out, I guess you could say.
Yeah, 100%.
Eric 100%. Was fighting guys like in their prime, like prime against prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, my best at your best. And just for that, I kind of just got to put that a little bit over the little undisputed that Canelo's done and all that. But for my number 3, I had to go Eric Morales, man. That's my guy, man. Shout out Eric Morales. That's my guy.
100%, man. I like that. I like that pick. For my number 3, I'm actually gonna go Marco Antonio Barrera. I think that this is a guy where I think he somehow found his way to get underrated throughout the boxing scene, throughout the boxing world. Not very showy. You know what I'm saying? Just hard-nosed guy who do what he got to do. But I think he has some of the best performances and wins. We know he was a part of that great time around featherweight where you had Manny, Eric Morales. He was the one to knock off Nassim. What was his nickname?
Are you talking about Nassim?
Yeah, Nassim.
Prince Nassim.
Prince Nassim. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he was the guy at featherweight, and Marco was the one to knock him
super flashy, off. Super all.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you gotta think. Nassim at the time was a top 5 pound for pound guy, and for Marco to do that kind of put him in them talks. And I think afterwards his resume just speaks for itself. 2 good fights with Manny, they didn't go his way, but he fought 3 fights with Eric Morales, and he won 2 out of the 3 fights. Some people argue, one could have went this way, but I don't like to do that because you could say one could have went that way. They were close fights, so you know what I'm saying? The winner gets the job, but I do have to give him the edge because he did beat Morales 2 out of 3 times. And
Yeah.
he gave out some other great performances. Like, I think his fight against Manuel Marquez was also a really great fight. One of my favorite fights. Like, Juan is one of my guys, and we'll talk about him later. I think Marco Esquire is really underrated, man, and
Yeah.
definitely stylistically, he's one of them Mexicans to where like his highlight film is crazy.
Yeah. Bro, just crazy that you say that because I got him in my 2. And it's crazy because you say he's underrated. To me, he's not underrated. You know what I'm saying? To me, he's good. So I had to put him in my 2. I had Marco Antonio Barrera in my number 2. And what I liked about bro is his first 50 fights, he was unbeaten. Like he went 50-0 off rip. That's the thing about these older fighters. Like people think Floyd's 50-0 is crazy. You got fighters that went 50-0 like it was nothing. Like that just was normal back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's like about who you fight and all that, which I do take in a test. But
you still gotta think these dudes are fighting 10 fights a year. You can't.
That's what I'm saying. They're warriors.
You can't diminish that in no way. I don't care who you're fighting, bro.
Yeah,
fighting
they're warriors.
4 plus 5 plus times a year. You gotta respect it, bro. You got.
They're warriors, bro. So that's one thing I love about the Mexican people and the Mexican styles, man. They come out there and they fight for us. You know what I'm saying? They try to make every fight exciting. You never see any really Mexican guy going in there trying to box. You rarely do you see that. You know what I'm saying? You probably may see 1 or 2, but more all the ones that are real, you know, at that elite level are brawlers, like smart brawlers. So
yeah, smart brawlers, and you know it's a calculated brawl. You know what I'm saying? They can box to a certain extent, but you know, not keep the pressure on their opponent. That's the the Mexican style. Sure. Keep that pressure on it.
Also, they call bro the babyface assassin. I wonder where he got that from. Babyface assassin. You got to fight a bull.
He was the guy back then, bro.
Yeah, shout out Barrera, man. He also was inducted into the Hall of Fame about 10 years ago or something like that. So
absolutely.
Shout out, bro.
So my number 2 is the guy who, like you said, dude is having these crazy records. This is one of the guys who people always bring up, Julio Cesar Chavez. I do have him as my number 2 guy. I think that him being a 3-division world champion and doing it and fighting at the highest stage for basically a good 10 years. You know, win, lose, or draw, this dude was one of the showmen of the sport during the 90s. You know, when you think of the 90s, you kind of think of him. Some of his fights, yes, a lot of them were controversial. Yes, I think, some dudes beat him. But, hey, he also got some legendary wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a dude who fought consistently, never made you forget about him. And he beat a lot of people. What can I say? Julio Cesar Chavez, a legend.
I like that. I actually had Julio Cesar Chavez as my number 1 greatest Mexican fighter of all time. I feel like he embodies everything what a Mexican fighter should be. He goes out there, he puts his life on the line every time with his style. He also went 90 fights in a row. We just said Antonio with 50. He went 90 in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, like you fight. If you get 90 fights in a row before your first loss, bro, you're a bull, bro. I don't care who you fighting, like you said, bro. You're fighting that much, bro. You're at a different kind of level. You got a different kind of heart to even be. You fighting it. Boxers these days fight once a year. They fight once a year, bro. So that alone right there just makes me respect him a little bit more. He also, I don't know if you noticed, but as far as attendance record, like as far as attendance, even Wembley Stadium, he has the highest attendance record ever of all time. With 130,000 fighters. I'm at fans coming to watch him fight. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. Bro, that's crazy, bro. Wembley only holds like 80,000, or I think it's 100. He had 130,000 people come out and watch him fight, bro. That's kind of crazy.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? The guy.
He also was the fighter of the year in 1990. So, bro, definitely had a legendary run, if you ask me. And just for everything that you put into one, that's how I look at what the best Mexican boxer is. Who embodies what a Mexican boxer is, and I gotta go with Julio Cesar Chavez for that.
Yeah, man, definitely can't be mad at that. When you think Mexican fighters, he's probably one of the first dudes that come to mind. Yeah. My number 1, special to me. I think also another underrated guy, really underrated resume, and things went a little differently. I think he'll be thought of a little differently. My number one guy is Juan Manuel Marquez. Um, I do think he's the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. And this is a guy who, yeah, he was the brawler. He could do all that, but this is a guy who kind of changed it up as a Mexican. You know, he was kind of a counterpuncher. You know what I'm saying? And he'll get into dogfights like that. I think this is one of the most calculated, if not the most calculated, Mexican guy of all time. Because he was able to do a lot with, I guess some people would say not a lot of power, but he did a lot. He beat a lot of people. And I would say he's a part of the greatest, four fight, series of all time. And like I said, he had the unlucky draw to stick. A lot of people argue he should be 2-1-on-1 against Manny. Some people argue 3-0-1. And he's the guy who knocked out Manny Pacquiao. Some people think he won the first, and some people think he won the second, some people think he won the third. That's how close these fights were. If you're not a boxing fan, you need to go watch those 4 fights right there. Like I said, that will be a perfect introduction into boxing for you. And a lot of people think Juan Manuel Marquez was the winner of that series, and we consider Manny Pacquiao a pantheon great, all-time great. So I have to respect that. He has a win over Marco Antonio Barrera, my number 3 guy. Have to respect that. 4-division world champion.
I think he beat him twice.
This is the guy, man. The 4-division world champion. You know what I'm saying?
Good fighter.
Hey, man. He fought everyone, too. Like, he wasn't scared of no one.
My thing was with Juan, like, good fighter, by the way. I had him in, like, if I was to do an honorable mention, I probably would have put him, like, 6. I think he's a good fighter. But let me ask you this question real quick, just about him, since this is your number 1 guy, right? You remember he was fighting Pacquiao in fight number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think like Manny was like if you watch the fight, I think Manny was beating him, and then he just got a little careless. And Juan, like you said, he had that counter and that timing, and just boom, caught him.
No, 100%. Manny, this was Manny's best showing out the 4 fights, I believe.
Yeah, That's what I'm saying. Like, do you believe if Juan never would have caught him with that shot, and knocked Manny out, do you think Manny would have won that fight? Because Manny was dominating that fight at first to me. Like Manny was getting off. This was, like you said, out of all the performances, Manny was to me, it seemed like he got kind of like not bored, but like just being up on him, and he got calculated and just boom.
And that's what happens when you fight a guy, 3 times previously. You just know people's tendencies. I think it was kind of like, I'm not gonna say a strategy, but he was just waiting to time him, and he got him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't say what if and coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what I'm saying? Manny got caught because it was set up perfectly. Right hand right on the button. Night.
Yeah, bro. And you know what's so crazy? I think it was Kenny Bayless. He was the ref in that fight. He started counting. I'm like, bro, he's asleep.
No, he was done.
Bro, if you fall on your face, you're done, bro. Falling on your back is different compared to you fall on your face, bro. You're done. You're knocked out, bro. Bro, Kenny talking about. I'm like, bro, wave the fight, bro. Get him some medical attention. But yeah, I like that pick though. Like I said, I would have put him on my honorable mention if I was.
It's tough. It's tough. It's a lot of great.
It's some good fight. It's some good fighters, bro. For sure.
What I'm saying? It's tough. But for sure. I'm a big fan of Juan. I really think his career has been underrated. I think he should have. He shouldn't have fought Floyd as soon as he did. Because at the time Floyd was at 147, right? Juan just did all these series at 130 and 135. He wanted to take the challenge and step up 2 divisions to fight Floyd. He went from 135 to 147 to challenge Floyd. I think if they were in both 147 or both was on 135, I also think that fight would have looked closer because Floyd dominated him. I'm not going to lie.
I think it just was a styles thing between Floyd and Juan. Like, Floyd is damn near counterpunching.
But that's his first fight at 147. I don't
think it has to do with none of that. Floyd is a smaller guy. Floyd has always been the smaller guy.
That definitely.
Floyd walk around at 150 and then make a 147. Like he don't really even got to cut weight. I just think it was just a clash of styles, and like you say, styles make fights.
No, he dominated the fight. He won 12 straight rounds. He won 12 straight rounds, but I don't think that if they would have fought at 135, that would have happened. I don't think so.
I just think with the Floyd fight, I just think, like you said, Juan is a counterpuncher, and I just think he was waiting on something that was never there with Floyd. You know what I mean? Like he was waiting on something like that just was never there.
Yeah, but then he just would have had to turn it up, like in the fight, like he did against Marco. Like he became the aggressor in that fight because Marco in the beginning.
But it's hard.
Counterpunching him.
It's hard. It's hard to be aggressive against Floyd because you're throwing a bunch of shots that you're not even landing. Floyd is the least hit boxer of all time.
But Juan's pretty accurate. I'm not saying I would still say Floyd would win that fight. I'm not saying Juan would even get a close one, but I don't think it would have looked the same. I definitely don't think. I
just think it was like a clash of styles. Like styles make fights. I feel like he had a perfect style for like Manny, like you said, like for him to knock him out. Like he's a counterpuncher. Manny is aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I just think it was a perfect matchup for him. And I feel like that Manny fight also cemented Juan's legacy. Like knocking Manny Pacquiao out was very major for his career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they didn't give him none of the previous 2 fights. A lot of people argue those, like say Juan maybe edged out Manny in those fights. So it's definitely feels good for him to like get that recognition for a win against Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, for sure. Let us know what y'all think, though. How y'all feel about our list? If you think we missed anybody, you think our list is spot on, let us know in the comments. You can also hit the description. We got Instagram, we got TikTok, any social media platform you can think of, we have in the description. So just hit that button and follow us on all platforms. Also turn on post notifications. I am doing another giveaway. I did one previously and it was very successful. Very successful. We had a bunch of people play out, but I think y'all gonna like this one better. I'm giving away a $100 bill, a crispy $100 bill. More details will be posted on our Instagram. Follow the Uppercut Pod on Instagram for more details. Anything you got to say, Rob?
No, man. Just keep on showing a friend. Tell them to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We're trying to educate more on boxing, and for the boxing fans, we're just trying to talk to y'all, give y'all our opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is just good, fun talk. You know what I'm saying? We're going to agree to disagree sometimes, but, hey, it's boxing. You know what I'm saying? Everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you look at things, for real.
For sure.
This is one of the sports where this is probably one of the hardest sports to, like, definitively say something is better or something could have did this. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. See y'all next time, y'all. Y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir. We out.
Vibes.